Deadly heat waves, massive wildfires, widespread floods. Are extreme weather events becoming the norm? Hello, I'm Arnold Naidu, and this is The Heat. For many people, dealing with natural disasters is no longer a once-in-a-lifetime event. The extreme weather is becoming more and more frequent. And with climate change, this trend is expected to continue as the planet keeps getting warmer. CGTN's Callebs has more.
Fires are roaring through Southern California with impunity. Dozens are dead, and in the aftermath, hundreds of millions of dollars in damage.
We're getting that hot weather. The red flag warnings come up here and there, but other than that, we're still in that hot, dry, relative low humidity conditions.
And climate change will make this much more common. Climate experts say as the California temperatures continue to rise, the chance of massive wildfires does as well. They predict a 20% rise by the middle of the decade and a 50% hike by the end of the century. In Greece, authorities believe arson triggered a rapidly moving fire that killed scores in late July. But experts believe climate change played a role as well. The fire moved fast, fanned by winds reaching 90 kilometers per hour.
It was a matter of seconds to make a decision. I abandoned the car here in the middle of the street, grabbed my 3-year-old daughter and went down towards the sea.
Like many nations, Greece is suffering through a record hot summer. Human fingerprints are all over extreme global weather. In Cape Town, South Africa, residents are coping with a drought of historic proportions. There's talk of something called Day Zero, when water supplies would be so critically low, water will have to be turned off to 75% of the population. The economic impact is vast, including the region's well-respected wine industry.
So you have a smaller harvest, and obviously when you have a smaller harvest, you have less wine to sell at the end of the day. So it's a financial impact.
An overwhelming number of scientists agree a buildup of greenhouse gases, chiefly caused by burning fossil fuels, is to blame for record-breaking drought and downpour. Violent and unpredictable rainstorms are bringing widespread flooding to large parts of Asia, including the Guangdong province in South China. With climate change such a global threat, researchers are predicting flooding could cost China nearly $400 billion over the next 2 decades, more than any other nation on Earth. With that in mind, it's easy to see why China was one of the powers behind approval of the historic Paris Climate Accord back in 2015 to try to stave off the buildup of greenhouse gases. As the U.S. continues to suffer through an unbearably hot summer, President Trump has pulled the U.S. out of the Paris Agreement, and that has drawn criticism from scientists on virtually every corner of the Earth. They contend that greenhouse gases are affecting weather patterns, and that will lead to more oppressive heat and more unpredictable violent storms. Callebs, CGTN in Washington.